Imagine finding your soulmate, only for history itself to tear you apart. These are not just love stories. They are tragedies written by terrible timing. Kings gave up thrones, queens lost their heads, and empires crumbled, all because love arrived at exactly the wrong moment. Today, we're diving into the 6 most heartbreaking historical relationships ruined by terrible timing. The most powerful couple in the ancient world, destroyed by one naval battle. Mark Antony and Cleopatra, Roman general meets Egyptian queen. Their love was as much passion as it was power. But when they challenged Octavian at the Battle of Actium, terrible timing struck. Defeated and cornered, the 2 lovers chose death over capture. Their story didn't just end 2 lives. It ended the last independent Egyptian kingdom. He changed the religion of an entire country just to marry her, then killed her. Henry VIII was obsessed with Anne Boleyn. He broke with the Catholic Church, created the Church of England, all to make her his queen. But when she failed to give him a surviving son, the same timing that brought her to power destroyed her. In 1536, Anne was beheaded, the ultimate price of bad royal timing. He wrote some of the most beautiful love letters in history, while slowly dying in her arms. John Keats and Fanny Brawne fell deeply in love, just as the young poet's genius was blooming. But terrible timing struck. Keats was already suffering from tuberculosis. Financial struggles and the limits of 19th century medicine made marriage impossible. In a final desperate attempt to survive, Keats sailed to Italy, knowing he would likely never see Fanny again. He died in Rome at just 25 years old, with Fanny's last letter still unopened under his pillow. One of the most heartbreaking love stories in literary history. He conquered Europe, but couldn't keep the one woman he truly loved. Napoleon and Josephine shared one of history's most passionate romances. But when Napoleon became emperor, the pressure for a male heir became unbearable. Even though he loved her deeply, politics forced him to divorce Josephine in 1810. On his deathbed in exile, his final words were said to be, "Josephine, power came at the cost of his greatest love." A secret royal wedding that led to imprisonment in the Tower of London. In 1610, Lady Arbella Stuart and William Seymour married in secret. Both had strong claims to the English throne, making their union a direct threat to King James I. When the marriage was discovered, the couple was brutally separated and imprisoned. Arbella attempted a daring escape disguised as a man, but she was caught. She spent her final years imprisoned in the Tower of London and died there in 1615, a heartbreaking victim of royal bloodline paranoia. A brilliant teacher and his brilliant student punished for daring to love. Peter Abelard was one of the greatest philosophers of the Middle Ages. Héloïse was his brilliant young student. Their secret love produced a child and a secret marriage. When her uncle discovered it, he ordered Abelard castrated in brutal revenge. The 2 lovers spent the rest of their lives apart, communicating only through beautiful, heartbreaking letters. One of the most tragic intellectual love stories ever told. Love has always been at the mercy of timing. Politics, power, duty, and death, none of them care about the heart. Which of these stories moved you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you love historical tragedies and forgotten love stories, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because history has many more lessons like this. Thank you for watching.